class. If you miss one class, you will be trouble. I again say, if you miss one class, you will be trouble. And another thing, we always speak in English. No Bengali word is allowed. Even for you also. If you, of course, I will tell you very simple English, no problem. Very simple English, but you have to understand. You have to understand all of the class topics. So no problem. So we study today mycology, and mycology is the heart of plant pathology actually. This is the heart of plant pathology. So what is mycology? It is the introduction to fungi. Introduction to fungi. And by this time you may know my name. Myself, Professor Dr. Mohammad Shahjahan Mondil, and I joined in the plant pathology in 2001. So more than 20 years I am teaching in plant pathology. Anyway, so here you can see another thing. I have to request you, please ask your senior student about me. I am a best teacher, they will say. So I always be friendly with you. So please be polite, and I expect your studentship manner. Okay. So we'll study mycology. Here you can see two picture. One is you can see some mushroom or textures, edible bread we eat. So if it is unattended for long time, you can see some very tiny grass-like substance on the things, on the bread. So these are nothing but fungus. So this is called mycology. So later on we'll study more details. So we'll discuss about this, all of this. So what is mycology? Greek word myx, myco, myx come from the myco. So Greek word myx means mushroom. Greek word myx means mushroom, and logos means study. That means mycology means study of mushroom, but it is not actually a study of mushroom. Later on, you will understand why I say this is not actually study only for mushroom. Okay, so mycology is the branch of biology dealing with fungi. So it's a branch of biology dealing with fungi, including their genetic and biochemical properties, their taxonomy, and their use to human, as well as their danger, such as poisoning and infection. So this is a simple definition of mycology. So mycology, what I said, mycology is the branch of biology. It's a part of biology, branch of biology, where what we expect, it deals with fungi, dealing with fungi, including their genetic and biochemical properties. Not only fungi, we also study genetic and biochemical properties, their taxonomy, and their use to human, as well as their danger. Sometimes we use fungi for us, for our benefit, and their use to human, as well as their danger, such as poisoning or infection. So it is clear that some fungi cause harm to human. So they cause poisoning, they cause disease, even they cause disease for plant, and some fungi are beneficial to human beings. We'll discuss this later on. So what I said, what is mycology? Mycology is the branch of biology dealing with fungi, including their genetic and biochemical properties, their taxonomy, and their use use to human, as well as their danger, such as poisoning or infection. So actually, I want to go slow because these are very important. That's why I am going very slow. Okay. So what is mycologist? Mycologist is nothing but a person. Mycologist is the person, a man, a biological person or a biologist who study mycology in simple. So how can I define mycologist? A biologist specializing in mycology. So a person who has specialization in mycology, he is mycologist. Again, I say a biologist specializing in mycology. In other words, a person who studies, profess, who teaches. Profess means who teaches on practices mycology. So I believe you understand what is mycology and what is mycologist. So in short, we can say mycology is study of fungus or fungi, mycologist, scientist who study fungi. So I use two words, fungi or fungus. I will discuss later on. We will study today only fungus or fungi, so no problem. Be wait. So mycologist, study of fungi, mycologist, scientist who study the fungi. Mycotoxicology. So there are some word toxicology. So toxicology means study of toxic. Myco means fungus. So study of fungal toxin. So I can say mycotoxicology means study of fungal toxins and their effects. Mycosis, diseases caused by fungi, is called mycosis. So major activities of fungi. Major activities of fungi. So um, I want you to response from you that all of you give your attendance already.
No, sir.
So now we again back to our lecture. So major activities of fungi. I hope you are seeing the slides. So major activities of fungi. So we are discussing some activities. So first of all, harmful activities of fungi. Fungi in the nature, they are causing some harm to human beings or in the world. So first or important harmful activities of fungi is plant disease. So fungi have enormous negative consequences for crop production. So fungi have enormous, many negative consequences for crop production. Some fungi are pathogenic to plant. That means some fungi cause disease to plant. Most of the crop plants are susceptible to fungal attack. Most of the crop plants are susceptible to fungal attack. That means in the world, all crops, all plants are susceptible. They are prone to fungal attack. And you will not find any plant species which are not attacked by fungi. Later on, we will discuss. In your level 2, level 3, level 4, you will study the different effect or see how fungi cause plant disease. Second one is uh, human diseases. Several fungi are responsible for mycosis. Mycosis means disease caused by fungus and diseases of man and animal. So they cause also human disease, animal disease. Not only plant disease, they also cause human disease and animal disease. Destruction of timber and timber products. This is another important cause. Actually, many fungi are responsible for decay of standing trees, decay of felled timber, sap strain, and decay of wood in various use. So, if in a furniture in your home, if you do not take care of that furniture, you can see after a few months, after few years, there are some decay, maybe small decay, or the stain or the color of the furniture become bleached. So why it happened? Because there are many tiny microorganisms, tiny fungi grow there, and they cause harm. They make decay on the timber, on the furniture. So several fungi are responsible for decay of standing tree, even in the standing tree. You can see the trees in the garden. They also cause decay of this tree. Decay fell timber, which is felled in the ground. If you cut a timber, a plant, it will fall in the ground, in the soil. So there also they cause decay. Sap strain, and even in the sap area of the plant, and decay of wood, even in the woody areas of plant. Sap strain means the in tree plant you can see outside is soft areas. So this is called sap strain, and inside is woody and very hard structure of the timber plant. This is called, we can say, wood. So they cause harm or decay or destroy this area of plant. So they harm our, or they cause destruction of timber and timber products. So next important harmful activities of fungi are food spoilage. So fungi damage stored food. So do you remember in the first slide I show you that one? You can see this one, the piece of bread. So you can see some grass-like substances grown on the grass-like entities grows on the piece of bread. And here you can see also some white structure. You can see some white structures. So these are nothing but, and here also black structure. So these are nothing but fungus. So I have to say fungus cause food spoilage. So many fungus or fungi damage stored food. Stored food, directly food, or even we store our some grains like rice, wheat, etc., etc. They also cause damage. Also, our stored rice, stored wheat, stored products. So fungi damage stored food, particularly food which contain any moisture. If some moisture also, little moisture, so these also, this food also uh, affected by fungus. So particularly food which contain any moisture. Fungi, saprophytic, grow on food. So saprophytic is a term we will discuss later on. Saprophytic in Bengali word we can say mrito bhuji, which grow on dead organic matter. Mrito bhuji, saprophytic. So fungi grow on food and fruit product such as bread, jam, pickle, meats, etc. So for food spoilage, fungi is uh, responsible for causing for food spoilage. So another important thing is toxin. So some fungi produce toxic alkaloid and toxic compound called toxin. So some fungi produce some toxic which is carcinogenic, may cause cancer. Who eat this food which is affected by fungi, which is infected by fungi? Not all fungi produce toxin, but some fungi produce toxin, and that's why we avoid the food which is infected by fungus. So another term is food poisoning. You maybe some of you already uh, what I say experienced with the food poisoning. So one of the entities, some fungi are responsible for food poisoning. Even some bacteria also responsible for food poisoning, but also fungi. So food spoilers, if they spoil the food, if you eat that food, you will get food poisoning. Another term is mushroom poisoning. Mushroom poisoning. Some toadstool. Toadstool, what does toadstool mean? Toadstool means banger chata. Chata. Toad means bang. Toadstools. Toadstool. Some toadstools are deadly poisonous. So we can see different fungi-like or mushroom-like substance in the forest, in different area, in the rainy season. So these are called toadstool. Sometimes we call banger chata. So these are deadly poisonous. If you eat a part of this fungus, you may instantly die and life-threatening. Mushroom poisoning is called mycetismus. We'll discuss later on maybe. So in Japan, they like mushroom, but if they mistake in a simple anything, they will die. So that's why there are some notice always we can see in the Japanese university that do not eat all mushroom like product from the forest. Only eat which are sell in the market. So mushroom poisoning, some toadstool-like organism or toadstool are deadly poisoning and life-threatening. Mushroom poisoning is known as mycetismus. So the term is called mycetismus. So do you have any question about this? You can ask me in Bengali also, no problem. Since you are level 2, but
স্যার
tell me.
স্যার স্যাপ স্টেন্স অ্যান্ড উড ওই জায়গাটা একটু বুঝিনি স্যাপ স্টেন্স
Sapstain means soft areas of the saplings. Saplings means tree plant seedling. We call them sapling, and their soft area is called sapstains. And wood is wood, hardwood, which we use for making furnitures. Okay. Any more question? Now I can see 304 students join. So mycologist and some terminologies and major activities of fungi. First of all, I am discussing harmful activities of fungi. So I said fungi cause plant diseases, fungi cause mycosis, human diseases, and animal. Fungi destruct the timber and timber products. Fungi food spoil our food. Fungi spoil our food. Fungi may produce toxins, and fungi cause, or there is a mushroom poisoning in our environment. So now, beneficial activities of fungi. So beneficial activities of fungi. Fungi as food. Fungi are directly consumed as food. Fungi is a very good food. Very, 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 very good food. Fungi. So fungi are directly consumed as food. Many mushrooms are edible and are cultivated worldwide. In the world, many mushrooms are cultivated. I did my PhD and other study in Japan. So you may hear that in Japan, no dish or all dish contains some types of mushroom. And people say that's why they are live long. They eat mushroom. So many mushroom are edible and are cultivated worldwide. Some fungi widely used in the production of cheese, beer, wine, vinegar, bread, some cakes, etc. So different types of mushrooms are used widely in the production of cheese. For the making of cheese, we need some mushroom. For preparation of beer and wine, we need mushroom. For preparation of vinegar, we need, sorry, not mushroom, we need fungi, different types of fungi. So production of cheese, beer, wine, vinegar, bread. So for making bread, which we bake in the, what I say, microwave or baker or oven, so you use some yeast. Yeast is nothing but fungi, one kind of fungi. Yeast is one kind of fungi. Some cakes, these are actually, for making this we need some fungi. So fungi, we use them as food, and fungi is very important for food purpose. So next one is medicine. So several fungi were used to manufacture of some important medicine. So fungi is used for getting medicine. So maybe you hear the word penicillin. It was a popular antibiotic. Antibiotic medicine is derived from a fungus called penicillium. Is derived from a fungus called penicillium. So this penicillium produce penicillin. So this penicillin we used as antibiotic purpose. And several, not only penicillin, several rhizopulvine, other are derived from mm, different fungi. So fungi help us by providing medicine. Decomposition of organic matter. So decomposition of organic matter, uh, I say, if no decomposition is organic matter is possible, so no life in the world. If no fungus, no life actually, I should say. So you will say it is very strange. Why? Because if no decomposition, what will happen? Can you feel it? If no decomposition in the earth, what will happen? So no grasses, so no fallen leaves will be decomposed. So if no decompose, decompose or rotting or something like this, or any dead body will not decompose. So what will happen? So nothing will decompose. No leaf, no nothing is decomposed. So there is a pile. So what do you think? If this pile for long time, is it livable country or livable world? No, of course, we cannot live in this world. So impossible. So decomposition of organic matter by fungi. So several fungi, saprophytic fungi. Fungi has two types. We will discuss later on. So saprophytic fungi, which cause disease, which decompose or which can live on the dead organic matter. This is saprophytic fungi. And bacteria decompose organic debris. So they decompose organic debris. Humus is formed as a result of this decay, which is an important soil continuance and increased soil fertility. So that's why they produce humus, and by producing humus, uh, they increase the fertility also, soil fertility. So decomposition is very important aspect. So fungi give us food. Fungi, we use them as medicine. Fungi also decompose organic matter. And biological control agents. The next one is biological control agent. So some fungi were used against several harmful fungi. So we can control some harmful fungi or some parasitic fungi which cause disease to our plant by some other fungi which is not cause disease to them, to us. So that's why, so this is nothing but we can control one fungi by another fungi. So some fungi were used against the several harmful fungi or some insect and nematode. So this phenomena, this thing is called biological control. Maybe you already know by your study up to level 2, what is biological control. So biological control is nothing but we can control disease by using some biological entity like some other fungi, maybe some other bacteria. If we use some bacteria for controlling some fungi, this is also biological control. And if some fungi for controlling other fungi, it is also biological control. Even we can control some fungi for killing insect and nematodes like this way. So I hope you understand this. So next one is fungi in religion and history. Actually, I will not study, I will not discuss the history. Maybe Professor Rashidul Islam discussed already, so I will not discuss the history. But few events I have to discuss. Otherwise, this class will not be good one. So fungi in religion and history. So we say religion. In religion, how fungi related? So in Egypt, they believe God Osiris sent fungi by blessing to human being. And in Greece, they have also that their god Dionysus also sent some fungi like mushroom to for human being. In Rome, there is a myth that god Bacchus sent mushrooms produced by thunderbolt from Jupiter. They had believed that in Rome, they had believed that so their god, he live in Jupiter and he sent mushroom by thunderbolt. By thunderbolt, he sent the mushroom. In Guatemala and Mexico, they use some mushroom, which is actually narcotic. What I say, they believe that mushroom produced by thunderbolt, use of hallucinogenic mushroom in ritual. They have some rituals. They have some spiritual, religious activity. There they eat some hallucinogenic mushrooms. That means which cause addiction or which is narcotic. So that type of mushroom they eat in some ritual. So somebody says also in Islam also have this myth something. Somebody say in during Prophet Musa, actually he got some food from Allah or God, whatever you say. So he directly gets some food, or it is in Arabic it is called manna and salwa. So when they are eating manna and salwa, if some manna and salwa leaked or fall in the ground, from this manna and salwa produce mushroom. This is some myth. Somebody say like this way. Actually, this is myth. So, but mushroom is important. This is very good food, and this is food from Allah. So I am continuing that history. One is ergotism in Europe. This is very important also. Ergotism is in Europe. There is a disease called ergot. So this was very dangerous disease. People in the Europe, they are taking rye flour for making their bread. Rye flour for making their bread. So they prepare rye flour, but in rye they have some disease. It's called ergot. So this disease cause some toxin. So if the people take this food by due to this toxin, uh, they have some disease like their part of the body may be detached by rotting. Very dangerous disease. So if I can get a chance, I will show you in the next class. So epidemics of the disease are identified throughout the history. So the earliest reference to the ergotism was found in the Annal Gentians for the year 857. Phytophthora in Ireland. So in Ireland, there is a great famine. People cannot get food because of their food. They eat in Ireland, they eat potato. So due to potato disease, their whole potato was rotted, was destroyed. So many people during 1845 to 1852, they died due to starvation. They had no food, so they died due to without food or due to starvation or migrate. They changed their place from another area for seeking their food. So in Ireland, the Great Famine was a period of mass starvation, disease, and immigration between 1845 and 1852. It is also known mostly outside Ireland, the Irish 42 famine. Maybe Professor Rashidul Islam already discussed to you. In in this continent, there is a word Bengal famine in 1943. A fungus, Helminthosporium oryzae. The fungus name is Helminthosporium oryzae. Sometimes we call Bipolaris oryzae. You will know later on all. A fungus called Helminthosporium oryzae causing the disease known as brown spot in rice. So disease name is brown spot of rice. Destroyed, that time they destroyed 50 to 90% yield of some rice varieties. So that's why I have to mention this famine. So this time also many people in Bangladesh, Indian subcontinent, Burma, they died due to their lack of food. Scientific Nobel system. So Neurospora crassa discovers Sharia and those. Neurospora crassa discovered by Shearer and Dawes in 1927 initiated the field of haploid genetics, led to the development of modern genetic theory. So genetics and plant breeding. So this is also actually their father. We can say plant pathology, because Shearer and Dawes in 1927 they initiated haploid genetic system. So Beadle, and they got the Nobel Prize also. No, sorry, they have the theory of haploid genetics. And Beadle and Totem, they got the Nobel Prize for one gene, one enzyme, and other biological pathways. Early scientists and mycologist. Many more mycologists will be mentioned and discussed throughout the term. The individual listed below, however, will not be discussed at great length, but made significant benchmark contribution of the mycology. I will not discuss much of them, only 2, 3 discuss. Anthony von Leeuwenhoek, you know, he invented microscope.
Yes.
Why it is important? He invented microscope. So before microscope invention, we do not know fungus actually. We can see mushroom. That's why mushroom name mycology. But there are many fungus in the world. This is actually unseen world. We cannot see this world. We cannot see the unseen world. So when microscope invented, actually he also opened a gate for seeing the unseen world. That's why Anthony von Leeuwenhoek, we can remember him.